One day in Brooklyn, there was a terrible snowstorm. I was snuggled in my favorite chair being warmed by the fireplace, thinking of how blessed I was. I could have been outside with all those other poor souls enduring the harshness of Mother Nature's enmity. I was slowly drifting off. All was right with the world. Then my wife and her sister came home. My wife looked at me and said, "Honey, my sis and I want coconut cake." She had just come and could have gotten it herself. It was just part of the many tortures that she planned for me each day. I knew that any protest would have fallen on deaf ears, so I got dressed and trudged my way through the snow. I walked to our local bakery and saw a couple of gentlemen finishing up a game of chess. I didn't mean to, but when I saw their moves, the merest of giggles escaped my lips. Looking up and agitated, one of the gentlemen said, "If you're so good, why don't you play a game?" Shaking my head and with a slight grin, I said to him, I will play you. I just ordered 3 pieces of coconut cake from the waitress. There were only 2 pieces of cake in the front, so the lady went to the back to get another piece. In the time it takes her to bring me the cake, I would have won the game. He looked at me as if I was crazy. So I sat down and played. And here is the game. He liked to play with the black pieces, so I had the white pieces. I started with my favorite move, pawn to e4. He replied with the move knight to h6. The move knight to h6 has several names. Its official name is called the Adam's defense, but it also goes by the name of the hippopotamus or the crazy cat. I guess the move is called the crazy cat because, like the cat in the cartoon, you must be crazy if you think a move like this is any good. I played pawn to d4, which is the perfect reply. Now he played the worst move on the board, pawn to f5. Oh, with a look of pity, I then played b takes knight on h6. On my third move, I had won a knight. He did not see the reason he could not take my bishop, and he took the bishop on h6. And this ended in disaster for him. I played queen to h5, checkmate. So I got up to leave. Stunned and angry, he stuttered, "Wait! Anyone can get lucky. Play me again." I felt generous, so I said to him, "Okay, tell you what. I just gave the waitress $20, and she didn't have the change, so she went into the back to get it. By the time she comes back, I would have won again." And I sat down to play him again. This is the game. I played pawn to e4 again because Bobby Fischer says this move is best by test. He played pawn to c6 in reply, the Caro-Kann defense, which is actually one of the best defenses at black's disposal. I then played pawn to d4. He replied pawn to d5. I played knight to d2. He played pawn takes e4. I replied knight takes e4. He played knight to d7. Here, I was actually worried. Black has played a great opening. I used my last chance to win quickly, and I played queen to e2. My last move, queen to e2, set a trap. I could hear the footsteps of the waitress. My opponent, confident now, played the move. Knight on g8 to f6. A logical and theoretically great move that loses the game. I now played knight to d6. Checkmate. I got up to leave. I took my cake, and I left. The next day I came back to the bakery shop for some coffee and saw a new chessboard in the garbage.